Producing content every single day is brutal. It's exceptionally hard, and most people don't have the time, the energy, the wherewithal to do it. But there is a system. And in this video, I want to talk to you about how I produce content every single day, sometimes for one platform, sometimes for many. There are tips and tricks along the way, so let's get into it. The very first thing that is important to understand about content is the output of ideas. And ideas are everywhere. And this is the first key point, is that you need to shift your brain to a content production and content creation mindset. If content is everywhere and ideas are everywhere, then it's your job to see them and record them so that you can use them later. So the first major tip is that if ideas are everywhere, how are you recording the ideas? And I'll give you an example. I love cheesecake. I am such a huge fan of eating cheesecake, specifically the New York style baked cheesecake, but there is a single fundamental problem with just about every single cheesecake I've ever eaten anywhere in the world. The fork is too small for the size of the cheesecake. So you put your fork through the cheesecake and it flops over and it just becomes a little bit of a cheesy mess on the plate. When I discovered this in my head, it was applying to a whole lot of other stuff, and I wrote the idea down. And this has now become my cheesecake theory, right? The theory is you produce this incredible cheesecake. It's tall, it's high, it looks amazing, but you haven't actually used your restaurant fork to eat the cheesecake that you have produced. That's the cheesecake theory. That sometimes you should use the final product in the way that you have produced the final product as if you were your client. Now, this idea would have just disappeared because I was lovely and enjoying my cheesecake, but I have what my friend Rich Mulholland calls an idea trap. I have a place on my phone that I use to write down ideas. And I use Workflowy for that, and you can see right over here. You can't see. You can't see. Oh well, you can't see. How about there? There you go. You can see right over there. I have a whole lot of ideas in my idea trap. I have ideas for TikTok, for LinkedIn. I have ideas for my newsletter. I have ideas for keynotes that I'm giving, for clients that I work with, for coaching people that I coach. All of these ideas are all condensed into my single idea trap. An idea trap, as Rich will tell you, should be a digital format, not a paper format, because paper you can lose and it isn't with you all the time. My phone is with me all the time. So everywhere I see an idea, because my brain is always switched on to looking for ideas, I write it down. It might not be relevant right now, but the interesting things I come across are always in my idea trap. The next thing is this concept of not having enough to write about or to post or to think about. There is a saying, and I don't know who said it, but I love it. If you have nothing to say, you haven't researched or read enough. If you are struggling with ideas to put out into the world, it's because you are not consuming enough things into your brain. You don't have a writer's problem, you have a researcher's problem. So go out and consume. And I'm not saying watch Netflix for shits and giggles. I am saying pick a topic and go and learn about it. Right now I'm reading obsessively about consciousness. I'm reading books, I'm watching videos, I'm listening to podcasts. I have input. That then gets processed and becomes posts. So every day in my idea trap, I am recording things that I learn through the things that I am putting in my brain. If you are struggling with ideas, it's because you're sitting in what I call the empty room. In an empty room with no doors, no windows, no external motivation, and you are hoping to come up with an idea. You need to get out into the world. You need to read different things and watch different films and listen to different podcasts so that your ideas can start to expand and then attach themselves to each other and become something a little bit more refined. This is not something that just magically happens. It is hard, dedicated work. Every day, consume things that add to your experience of the world. So the first thing is ideas are everywhere. You need to record them. Then you need to change your input and it will change your output. Producing content every day is really hard, and the major issue that almost everybody suffers from is the idea that we are perfectionists. You are not a perfectionist. It's cool to call yourself one. You think that you like to be one, but you're not. If you were a perfectionist, you would never leave the house, because nothing is ever perfect. Not the way you look, not the beard shape, not the way I've cut my hair, not the way that I walk outside, not the article I've written, nothing. This video is filled with imperfections. Get over yourself. You are not a perfectionist. Promise you now, if you were, you would do things once and you'd never have to do them again. If Apple were perfectionists, then every iPhone would still be iPhone 1. But things evolve, things change, things move, they adapt, they get better at everything. So, if you want to post every day and you want to come up with content ideas for your business or your side hustle or your corporate, what you need to do is get rid of perfection. Perfection is perilous, and if you strive for it, you will die. Your business will not succeed. You will be resisting posting every single day because you are looking for perfection, and there is no such thing as perfection. What you need to do is be prolific. Be prolific is better than being perfect. Then the next thing is posting should be a feedback loop. It should be about learning and data and iterating. You aren't posting once to have something go viral. You're posting frequently to learn what content your audience likes, to listen to the data that comes back to you, and then to post again tomorrow with a slight tweak, a slight change to try and get you in front of those people and get them sharing. That's one of the key things here. Is your mindset shouldn't be about the posting, it should be about the data from the posting. This is a misunderstanding about minimum viable products. The MVP model is really less about launching a product and more about launching a product and getting the data. It's the lowest cost base to get valuable data back into your business so that you can learn and iterate and do more. That's how posting every day should be. Learn, iterate, little bit of content, little bit of tweak, little bit of change, and then you do it all again the next day. You should be seeking feedback and learnings, not perfection. Finally, what you need to remember is if you believe in the things you were talking about, you should have no hesitance in just posting it. I believe that I am able to help you build a better business. I've learned so much building my own businesses that I don't want you to have to relearn. So every day I try and post to help you build better businesses. Find something you believe in and post about it often and frequently and help people improve. And remember that nobody cares about you. I've got a video that I'll link to here or somewhere here about nobody giving a damn about you, and that's a great thing. Nobody's watching you, nobody's waiting for you to fail. They want you to push out content that is valuable to a specific audience. So remember that they don't care. They don't care if it's perfect. They just want your value. And then listen, gather the data, learn, iterate, and repeat. That is how I manage to post content every single day to an audience that I know wants to hear from me. But remember, the main thing is it's up to you to do the work. I can't wait to see what you're posting. And for now, like and subscribe this video, and subscribe to my channel for more like this. I do have a workbook in the description below that helps you overcome the 5 biggest fears to starting a business that I've come across in the last 20 years. It's a free workbook that comes with a 5-day accountability email program where I keep you accountable to your actions and get you building that business. Go into the descriptions, download the workbook, and join me as we build businesses together.